No.
You and Brent together?
Yes, we are. And,
Okay,
we're doing fine.
Are they together?
Oh, damn.
Who wants to know? Who's asking?
I'm the asker.
Relax.
Because it wasn't established that they were together.
Hey guys, and welcome to Little Black Book. You already know what time it is, baby. Listen, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Click on that bell button for the notifications of when we upload. And for those who are returnees, you got the minerals, baby. Are you mad, gay? They ain't got the minerals. Alright, cool. So we're going to be talking to you guys about Ready to Love. And kind of giving you guys a lowdown today on, I guess, obviously, on London Divine, Alexis, and Brent. So I'm going to give it overall for the first video, then we'll actually look at the actual analytics of what actually happened in the actual reunion in the second video. So just an overall, I mean, I've titled this thing just to make sure. Either Alexis is telling the truth and London is a liar, cold-hearted, or Alexis is a pathological liar and London is telling the truth.
Did you kiss her, London? No.
Look me in my eyes.
No.
Ah! Wow. Stone cold liar. Okay.
But it's not able to convince us, because I'm going to be very honest, when I watch it, I'm not very convinced by London's dismissal of her allegations that she made. Yeah, someone is accusing me, of kissing them. I'm gonna tell you straight, I'm gonna have venom for you. If I've never kissed you before, if you are, listen, ask man them who've a girl tries to they've done a thing with them, and look how when even they're lying, how they get excited and tell the person, no, I've never said, don't be a dickhead. So how is it someone is telling someone who's lying, and you know that, and then you know they're lying, quote unquote, that there's no animosity, no anger to them. Do you know what I'm saying? Now I must admit, obviously, doing this review, I'm in a privileged position, or I should say, even I think doing this review, I'm not able to give my 400% in terms of my viewpoint because I have been influenced. And how so? Well, I actually spoke to London and I got a different version of events. And since that conversation, it's maybe a little bit more harder for me to be objective in my review in terms of watching him, what he said, and etc. towards Alexis. So I'm going to put it this way. I'm going to do a review where as if I've never spoken to London. If he decides to come out and explain what he wants to explain his side, fantastic. But I'm going to explain it from my point of view in terms of what I saw. If I had never spoken to London, how I would have seen it. Overall, I just didn't see why Alexis would be... I believe that Alexis has told some form of a lie, but not fully. In terms of, I believe something happened. Something definitely happened for me. If I hadn't spoken to London, I would have held this position where something definitely happened with the kiss and the car, because she kept it quite 100 in the wine place as well, and then obviously as well, kept it again 100, in the reunion. So the same story came up again. Not only did that story come up, but also she actually had, and if she's a liar, then she's somebody who's very, very calculating, because she's also gone and spun a web and made sure there's witnesses, I guess, for the aftermath of what's happened. So when this kiss actually went down, she came back to the house with Ashima, Darren, Tondi, and Brent.
Well, I will say this. The night that Alexis and London kissed, was that the night that we came back to my house?
Yes.
It was me, Brent, and Darren, and Alexis. And when Alexis came in the door, she told us what happened. Like, soon as she walked in the door. I just don't see her coming in and lying like that. Well, like, what's the purpose of lying about a kiss? And to come in and tell your man that you like, that you kissed another man. Like, who would do that?
I agree. I piggyback off of that. I can't see her just taking that risk, telling Brent, that lie.
And had explained that when she got there, that there was a kiss that happened between herself and London. Now, many people, I'm sure, I've looked at it and gone to myself, why would Alexis lie about being kissed by London when she's trying to pursue Brent? And that was my first thought. And I remembered also the fact that this girl has been playing the game from day one. Now, I've always backed Alexis, and you guys have seen my videos, I've backed Alexis in this game. I don't mind people playing a bit of a game in the sense of the fact that I know how it runs. Where I always disagree with anybody who's playing the game is when it gets manipulative. And when I think that somebody is taking advantage, lying, falsifying information, them kind of things there, what players do. When I said about there's two sides of the game. There's having game and there's having game. Having game means I explore all types of rules and I break them. Yeah? That I don't condone. That's the difference I'm saying. Like, when you're lying, cheating, falsifying information, manipulating, gaslighting, all that kind of things to get your way, I do not agree. Do you get what I'm saying? If you're going to play the game like I thought Alexis was playing the game originally, then no worries. But if there's a game where you're starting to lie, and either London's lying or Alexis is lying, one of them is a liar. Because the standpoint of both parties, that Alexis is saying, definitely there was a kiss. London saying, definitely there wasn't a kiss. London said there was no kiss at all. Then she charged him by saying, listen, so you say we didn't meet at all even for the gasworks, whatever? And he said, listen, no, I didn't meet you for the gasworks at all. So, there are two defining lines here. So we already know either Alexis is cold-bloodedly lying or London is cold-bloodedly lying. Either way, one of them is a pathological liar, and they're good at lying, you know what I mean? But one of them is not telling us the full truth. Who it is? Who it is? Well, if it was based upon what I saw, unfortunately, I would have been on Alexis' side, just because I'd have thought to myself, that's such a risk for her to just take that lie. Do you know what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted. I know people that have lied. Do you know what I'm saying? So, to be honest, I know a girl that's lied about suicide. I know a girl who's lied. Let me tell you a story. That's what happened, yeah? Back in the day when I used to be on socials, dating, like MySpace and them things there, but there was another one called Tad. And I remember I met this girl, whatever from there. And this girl lied that she had committed suicide, got her brother to call me. She had lied that she was being kidnapped. She lied that, she had a tattoo of me. She showed me a picture of a tattoo. It wasn't a tattoo of me. It was just a painting or whatever. I was on her skin. So there's a lot of things that this person was doing that they were lying. So I'm aware that people can lie for the most craziest things and it can look so surreal. To the point they even bring other people into the game. That's why I'm saying that if Alexis has lied here, it's a greater scope here of we have to really look at the fact that you might be mad. And when I say mad, I mean that in the most non-mental health way, but I mean that in the sense of you're mad. You know what I mean? Because you've now dragged Tondi, Ashima, Darren, Brent all into this game.
Say something.
It's a lot to unpack there.
If she is en route to you,
Right.
and the same night that she's en route to you, there's a kiss with him at the tow truck.
Right.
How does that make you feel?
Well, it explained a lot, actually, because I do remember that night. Okay. Because she was on her way to me, and she was delayed. I was calling her. She was like, I got some stuff to explain to you, but I'm on the way. She still came over. And, she told me what happened. She told me that she locked her keys, and London was there. He got the tow truck or whatever, and he basically kissed her.
Just so you can annihilate London. Or London has also lied just so that he can avoid showing face to Divine, so he can collect her. I mean, either way, like I said, it's not a good look for any of them, whoever we find out is lying. Now, what I thought about the show was the fact that I was a little bit disappointed, because if we've got someone's lying, yeah, either London or Alexis is lying, why didn't Tommy explore this further? I just felt there was a bit too much laissez-faire thing going on in this whole reunion. There wasn't enough real diligence being done. There wasn't enough detective work being done. This is a juicy ass story where we can actually try to find out a little bit more in terms of what's going on. there's such a focus on Mario and Tondi and Reva, and again, there was a lack of really investigative work done there anyway. But in terms of London and Alexis, there is two opposing sides. Divine is saying that she actually believes London against all the witnesses and voices that are supporting, Alexis. Now, the one thing I noticed as well is Mario's look when he was looking at Alexis at one point. He had this cold-hearted stare at her. And I remember also on the rooftop, he didn't have favourable words for her as well. I was thinking to myself, could that tell its own story? Could that be his own story, that maybe he knows something and we don't know? Because boys share things, innit? Could they have shared something that we don't know? Not only that, as well, that the fact is that it gets a bit awkward because obviously Brent has been told that, they had a kiss. And then you're hearing the man denying they had a kiss. So where's his head at? Like, Brent, what are you thinking? The girl that you're liking is saying that she kissed, that a dude kissed her, but the dude is saying he didn't kiss her. Do you know what I'm saying? And that was a bit mad for me as well. Not only that, Alexis as well, in terms of the focus that was too much on London still. You're still trying to come at Divine, you're still trying to take her down. And that was for me where I can say that, Alexis has got this uber focus on Divine, and it's about Divine and London. She wants to beat Divine down to the ground, and she wants to make sure that London doesn't have Divine, so that if I can't have you, nobody can.
So I think it's a cop-out to say, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings.
Everybody's going to have their own opinion, right? There's a million opinions in the world. But that's what London, that's the way London feels.
Okay, how is being transparent disrespectful, though?
What are you
and being
talking about?
honest. We're talking about being honest.
I've been honest.
I feel like she deserved to know the truth.
You get me? And that for me is scary, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, that for me is scary. You got Brent next to you, but again, she's done what she done in the Mind Bar, where she's deflected from Brent and made all the attention and energy go towards London and Divine. And then again, I'm clocking that, okay, cool, this girl just wants to beat these two. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever happened in your past, the playground issues are resurfacing now. That fear of being embarrassed, that fear of, being embarrassed in front of your peers, that need to win, that need to beat everybody, that need to show everybody that you're a top goon. Do you get what I'm saying? Because even when it came to the relationship with her and Brent, and we'll go deep into another video as well, it was also a mishmash. Brent's energy was all off. I don't know about you guys, but Brent's energy was all off. Like, I've never seen Brent like that. I know he's quiet, but that looked like, bruv, he was under mind control. That looked like Alexis had done some voodoo spells on him, and he could not function properly.
How do you feel after watching that?
Say something. It's a lot to unpack there.
If she is en route to you,
Right.
and the same night that she's en route to you, there's a kiss with him at the tow truck.
Right.
How does that make you feel?
Well, it explained a lot, actually, because I do remember that night.
Okay.
Because she was on her way to me, and she was delayed. And I was calling her. She was like, I got some stuff to explain to you, but I'm on the way. She still came over. And, she told me what happened.
Even when at one point he was talking to Kimber and I don't know who else it was behind the scenes, and the way his energy was, and then he said obviously, the problem's not with me kind of thing, but it's just so lethargical, so something about it weren't right, bruv. You know what I'm saying? Almost like and I say this with looseness, like almost like he's been abused behind the scenes, and Alexis is his handler. It's like that kind of energy that was being given. And there's a lot of times I saw her hand on his thigh, and then whenever he was talking, she would turn to him and almost like she's trying to instruct him on how to speak about their relationship. But you don't see that with Divine and London. When you see London talking, bear in mind he's behind Divine. Divine doesn't turn around to face him, apart from towards the end. But with Alexis and Brent, when Brent is talking, Alexis turns to face him, because her eyes on him is actually trying to put a message to him. Don't say anything stupid now. Don't say anything against our relationship that should be said. Da, 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 da. And you saw that energy transfer into her defensiveness as well when it came to someone questioning whether they're actually in a relationship or not. And I was like, whoa, what's going on here? Like, slow down. Like, do you know what I mean? It's mad. Park the brakes. Grrr, park the damn brakes, baby. So yeah, that was a bit mad for me. I was just looking at it and I was like, okay, what's really going on. Do you know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things that were just happening that I was not really sure. Just watching it through, obviously the reactions that they were having towards the video and the scene that as well was quite a mad thing as well, because you know I saw one point where Alexis literally during that point in time where she saw the beef between herself and Divine happening again. You know, usually she was quite smiley and quite laughing through watching the video back, but when she was watching that scene, her face went drawn. She didn't show any of that happy emotion anymore, that smiling anymore. It was solely about the fact that you know, it's almost as if she was reviewing her behavior, looking at it and going, I don't like that, and what I did there. I don't.
So you would get dragged in this mother.
Good.
What? So you would get dragged in this mother.
Who's gonna get dragged?
Take off your boxing gloves.
I'm talking about for fighting in this journey. What the hell you talking about? Talking about boxing you? Girl, bye. That's not even my style. Trust me, she don't want this smoke, Tommy. I want it.
If that was a review in that regard, or whether the fact that she just felt like she lost that battle and don't like watching it back, I'm not sure. I'll leave that to you to conduct. So that was quite interesting as well. And I think to me, just watching the whole reunion with London, Divine, Alexis, and Brent. You know, for Brent, it just got worse, bro. Like I said this from the jump. I said, listen, nobody should be second choice. Now, some of you in the comment section when I did that video were saying, no, but we did it. And I was like, no. Look, when you become second choice, all these things happen. Just because some women in the comments, I believe, have chosen some man as a second choice, I'm saying to you, listen, if they didn't know about that, oftentimes what happens that we all have a target and then we switch the target. We understand that. I'm not talking about that. But second choice is what we're seeing with Brent. Like, this girl keeps focusing on London. Like, Brent is second choice, if that. Do you know what I'm saying? He's not a viable option anymore. Like, she just wants to use him for whatever she needs to use him for. And when she's done, he's done. Do you know what I'm saying? And as much as you might say, no, I don't feel like a second option because...
The whole issue of you being Alexis' fallback guy, are you her second choice?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
I let her know straight up and said, hey, I'm choosing you. But if you're not choosing me, that's fine. Just let me know. I kind of made it easy on her. Okay. You know what I'm saying? To be honest and be real. And she said, no, that's not the case.
So, you know, him offering that option to her doesn't mean anything, whether he's second target or not. Also, as well, he just was really drawn in just when they were asking him about how did he feel about the kiss situation, which he had been notified already, like I said, because, you know, Alexis was telling them what had happened. So, you know, just to round off this particular video, because I want to keep it nice and short, and just kind of talk about, we'll go into depth with the other videos as well. You know, I just feel like there should be a greater focus on the actual beef between London and Alexis, and the fact that there's a lie here, which is huge. Like, let's keep it classy. Like, this whole let's keep it classy. What is let's keep it classy? Look, let's keep it classy, put stuff underneath the carpet, and enables people to say, I'm more focused about my reputation and image than actually getting to the bottom of the actual situation. And then that's the same way that women stay in marriages for so long, and then they only care about their image. Like, the marriage is going down the pot, but my image and reputation. Or they've been cheated on, it's like, my image and reputation. No, like, let's deal with the issues. It's messy, yeah? It gets loud sometimes. Do you know what I'm saying? So that was another thing that got me on my nerves as well. So yeah, there was a couple of things else that was happening, but we'll go into great depths in another video as well. I mean, just kind of rounding off with Tondi and Mario and Reva. I don't know how to explain it, but, you know, all the guys seem to have a different viewpoint to the girls in terms of how this actually played out. For me, Mario was disrespectful in the way he did it, and the timing, and the fact that there was a lack of communication from his side. Definitely he was feeling Reva from weeks back, before they even broke up. But he used now the fact that they broke up as an excuse as to, you know, what he done. But, you know, it's how you make people feel that people always remember. As I always record this from business. It's like people might not remember what you did and how you did and but they always remember how you made them feel. How did you make them feel? If you made them feel a certain way, they will remember that. And therefore, with Mario's efforts in terms of, you know, walking across the stage from the last episode and going up to Riverside and having an argument with having an argument with Tondia about the issue, everyone's gonna remember how they felt at that moment because of what was done. It was an incorrect way to do stuff. There is a correct manner, a wise manner, an honourable manner, a way that is not gonna cause destruction to people around you. How you do certain things. Do you know what I'm saying? I keep saying that shut up isn't keep quiet. The two are distinctly different. And when you begin to understand that, you begin to operate on a different level. There's a greater respect. So with Mario and Tondia and Riva, yeah, it was a bit of a matter. We'll talk about that as well going forward. But I want to focus on the London and Alexis situation and just kind of go deeper into what we saw on our screens as well. So guys, make sure you stay tuned because there'll be more videos coming out for you guys. I appreciate you. Make sure you like, share, subscribe for those of you who are returnees. Make sure you click the bell button, baby. And yeah, watch out for the new reviews, baby.